Whew. Hello, you guys. How are you? I'm Shaggy, and welcome to the fourth, my French accent, the, f- the, num, going places episode number 4. I hope you had a great day today. I had a great day, a great relaxing day, we could say. You know, with school and with work, it always goes in chunks. So there's a chunk that I don't stop for multiple days, and then there's a chunk that I have some free time, which I am lucky, by the way, to have this chunk of free time. I know some people that don't have this chunk of free time, and it's really, I think I'm really lucky to have this uh, coming with my program and stuff like that, and my life, and you know, everything. So yeah, I'm in my chunk of relaxation. I watched trashy reality TV today. I loved it. I started watching the TV show You, which I completed in a week, the season 1, and now I'm starting season 2, and yeah, it's a great show. If you didn't know what You is, it's basically about the. I don't want to give spoilers, but it's basically about a guy who's in love with a girl, but he's a bit stalkish, we can say, and a bit creepy. Anyway, but he really loves her, and basically it just follows that storyline. It's a bit like a Psycho movie, but not the movie Psycho starring Christian Bale, but not exactly. You know, it's different, but it goes to a similar vibe. Anyway, so I watched this, and I took the day really relaxed, Yeah. And oh, I also registered for something big because I'm going to my first convention, which is Conference, which is a furry convention. If you didn't read the bio, I am a furry. Furry. I'm so fancy for furry. But yeah, um, I already registered for that for, I think, 2 months ago, something like that. And I also registered for the hotel. Everything is done. The only thing that was left was the train ticket. And I don't know why I kept forgetting about it. I don't know. I just really put that one at last. But still, I registered today, but I'm really in advance. I think, 1 month and 3 weeks in advance. So, it's quite good. And I don't have the biggest train ride. It's in Ottawa. I'm in Montreal. So it will be about 2 hours away. So I'm quite lucky about that. I think, yeah, sure, I would like a convention in Montreal, but still, I'm grateful that there's at least a convention which I can just take the train in. Just wait 2 hours. And I learned that there's Wi-Fi in the train. What? I don't know. For me, I know for people that maybe know technology better, or those kind of trains that do long distance. Maybe you already know, but I didn't know. I was like, wait, there's Wi-Fi in the train? I can like watch furry trash in the train. And maybe watch a TV show and stuff like that, but I it blew my mind. So yeah, I want to talk why I'm taking the train. Because I have a car. And I have a car. It works. There's a lot of it's a 2012 Toyota Corolla. It's beautiful car. I really like it because before that I had a 2003 Corolla. And basically what happened with that car, with my 2003, that was, still going well, is that I got a snow truck bumped into me last winter. So my car, I was okay, by the way. I was okay. I was inside the car, yes, but I wasn't hurt in any way. I was just really shook. I was so shook that my eyes were like going out of my head. I was just like, ah. And the driver was, he was okay. He was polite and stuff like that. He helped me move my car. I gave him my keys so he can move my car because I was too shocked. So, uh, yes, he moved the car. He said, I didn't know what to do, so I said, can we call the police? I know it's a bit weird, a bit intense, but I would like to do that to help me. And he said, yeah, it's okay. I understand. So, uh, I called the police, and the police officer, she basically helped me write all the. I don't know the name of the paper, but it's the paper you have to write on to exchange contact information for the insurance. By the way, a long process, the insurance, but I will go about that after that. But yes, basically, the police officer, she really helped me to write everything. She knew I was a bit shocked, so she really took it easy on me. And yeah, there was absolutely no rush. It was, I was lucky in my unlucky situation. But yes, basically, a 2003 Corolla isn't worth that much, which I would contest a bit because, like, come on, that car worked. Like, I didn't have any problems with it. I was maybe lucky. That's the thing. Maybe I was lucky, but really, my 2003 Corolla worked fine. It was the car. I had no problems with that car. Like, I feel so braggy. I don't want to be braggy. I know some people can have problems with their car. Like I can see with like some people around me that have problems with their cars. But yeah, I was really lucky. I didn't have any problems with mine. And yeah, it got bumped into. And because of that, since it was already not worthing that much, that car, well, I called my insurance, and uh, they said the car was destroyed. I don't know how to say it in English, but they considered it destroyed. So that means that they wouldn't fix my car. They would just take my car away into car heaven and give me the price of that car. Yeah. um, Even though I liked my car, um, I was lucky because that price made me able to buy a better car. It was like it was okay. I got my car, my 2003 car. I had a deal because it was from someone from family, so I didn't pay a lot. Actually, I'm gonna tell you the price. I paid $1,000 for this car with all the tires, everything. It was a great price, absolutely great price. But it was family, so I was lucky about that. But the price they gave me back, which by the way I had this car for like 3 years. They gave me back 2,500. 2,500. So I got more money out of 3 years. So yes, because of that, I was able to buy a better car, um, a 2012 Corolla, and I stay with Corolla because even though I like cars that are made a bit more up the ground, that you can feel not exactly your butt so close to the road that literally once one little error and your butt just scrubbed the road. Even though I don't like cars that I have to bend so much because I'm 6'3", so and I'm overweight too. So because of those two reasons, every move that I have to bend is harder. So even though it's slow, I still like Toyota Corollas because they don't have problems, those cars. And I don't have the energy to think about these problems. Anyway, yeah, basically, I like cars that can tough, that are, there's no problems with them. And Toyota Corollas, they don't have problems with them. And I don't know if my third car will be a Toyota Corolla. Maybe by that time I will get an even nicer car. But yes, for now I have a 2012 Toyota Corolla, and I think it's really doing great work. I'm really grateful about it. So yes, I could use to come back to the first part of what I was saying about the convention. I could take that car and go to Ottawa. I could. I mean, I could. It's doable. Actually, it will be maybe less complicated if I did that for the baggage and stuff like that. But I'm someone who can drive, but I'm not the best driver. And by that, I don't mean that I go over the limit of the speed limit. I don't mean that I don't know, switching lines, like zigzagging in the road for the lulls. I don't mean that. I just mean that I think long distance stuff scare me. Like going in the the highway. Going in the highway stresses me. And I don't think it's a dangerous way. I think I got better at it. You know, when I got my permit, it was I passed my permit. Took me 2 times, but I passed really on the line, we can say. And I was brutally honest with my with the person that did the test, my driving test. I said that I wasn't comfortable yet in the highways, and he said that I should work on that, but that I can drive in the little roads and stuff like that, and I'm okay. But yeah, when I got my permit, highways still scared me so much. I didn't go in any highways for 2 years. But then I decided to go to the local highways, to go see family and stuff like that. But I never stayed in the highway more than 10 minutes. You know, it wasn't like big rides, stuff like that. But I got better at it, slowly but surely. But going to Ottawa, which I have to take a highway or probably more than one, but I didn't check that out. But basically, that I have to take an highway for more than 10 minutes, well, it scared me. And, you know, I'm always about, I mean, not always, but, you know, sometimes I think it's good to go over your fears, you know, to tell your fears that they basic. But that fear, specifically, can be dangerous. I mean, I know that people can drive horribly and still, you know, live their life, stuff like that, but I know that I it was too much of a high jump. I think that maybe I will continue working on it. I plan maybe to use it to go further, maybe to go to Montreal. I did it once to go to Montreal. Okay, I'm not in Montreal. I don't live in Montreal, man. I'm close to Montreal, but it just doesn't like that. I went in Montreal, and that's the big city, so that was scary. I went once, and I took the highways and stuff like that. Maybe I will go, maybe I will go a second time or third time, and that will maybe work it better than go directly to Ottawa, a city that I went only once, I think, only once. So, yeah, I think it's better for me and also for the safety of all that I don't go with my car. But that makes things more complicated with baggage and stuff like that. But that's life. But yeah, I got my train tickets and I discovered that you can have not only Wi Fi, but you have a meal. You have a meal. You have a meal. It's not, you know, it's not the big meal that will, you know, it's not the super fancy meal, we can say, but it's a cold meal. I don't know what it is. I just know that when I went on the site, I never saw so many options, and I'm proud of it because it was option for uh, there was um, a Muslim diet. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember. I think in one of the Muslim religion, there's you can't eat some meat. I think cow. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm saying a bunch of bull crap right now. But you can see in the side that they were really doing some alternative for everybody, not only for vegans but really for someone with religious beliefs or someone with health problems, for diabetics and stuff like that. And I was happy to see that. But I just took the normal meal because I didn't have those problems, and maybe it would have made things more complicated. But I was really close to take a vegan, um, Asian vegan meal. That was an option. Vegan, but it's also Asian food. Uh, Asiatic Asian food. Sorry if I mess up with my English words or how I say them, and maybe it comes out wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just a French boy that tries his best. Well, not French. I'm a French Canadian. Actually, not French Canadian. Oh, lad, that's another thing. Everybody say French Canadian, but I'm not a French Canadian. Yes, I am a Canadian, not French, but I'm also a Quebecois. Basically, I'm in the province of Quebec, and when we say someone from that province, we say Quebecois. But, still, French Canadian, I know it's actually that I'm Canadian and I speak French. So I won't be like going in my high horse if someone say, "Oh, you're French Canadian." I wouldn't be like, "How dare you not call me Quebecois?" How dare you? But yeah, the real, not the real, but I think a term that is maybe more popular here, or that is said more frequently between each other, is Québécois. We don't say French Canadian in French, like Canadien Français. We don't say Canadien Français. We don't say that. We say Québécois between each other. So yeah, if you want to be a bit more in the trend, a bit more in the gang and French Canadian gang, well, you can say French. You can say Québécois. Québécois. or Quebecer. Quebecer. I think that's how we say it in English. I'm sorry. I forgot. In Quebec, there's a lot of people that speak French, of course, but we it's not. There's people speaking English and stuff like that. Then, yeah, Quebecer is the way to say it in English. But yeah, back to school. Back to school. This was a different back to school, because it was actually what it meant. It was back in the school. And by that I mean back in Montreal, back in the city, back in a classroom. Which, I gotta say, before I go to the negatives, that for me are bigger than the positives, I wanna give a little positive. I wanna start off with the positives. I think the vibe of getting a coffee before class, finishing it in the, first half hour. Maybe I drink my coffee too slow. But it's just to say that this vibe of, not freedom, but it's like a vibe of, you got it. You got your shit together. You know what I'm gonna say? Yeah, shit together. It feels empowering to just get your coffee and go in class. I don't know why. It just feels empowering. I love that vibe. And of course, when it was online classes. I did that sometimes. I went to get a coffee and had a coffee for my online meeting, but it wasn't as. I was. I'm sorry. It wasn't as empowering. So, yeah, I like this. I like that I can maybe have more direct conversations with teachers. I think I'm not someone that will stay just to say nothing. I don't want something. I'm not someone that is like a teacher's pet. I think that's how we say it. I'm not a teacher's pet, okay? Oh, about that. Okay, I'm not a teacher's pet, but in high school we had certificates that were given to us. Uh, like I think 3 times per year. There was one for best grades, one for best efforts, one for best the one who got a better note from the start, that had the better progress, and the final one was the favorite, the favorite student of the class from the teacher's perspective. And the thing is, I think teachers really liked me. They liked me. they 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 loved me, but no, they really liked me because I got that last certificate so much. I think I'm not. I wasn't a teacher's pet. I wasn't a teacher's pet, but I don't know. I think I just spoke to them, maybe in a more like, you are a human, and you have feelings, and like, I don't know. I just didn't view the teachers as like either monsters or uh, people without emotions. Or uh, I always say um, I don't know how. I was grateful also for when they helped me because I had a lot of help, and I think I really acted grateful. I knew that even though they were teachers, it was their job. At the same time, is it really their job to actually give some of their time, of their dinner time, of stuff like that wasn't planned to me so I could get better grades? No. So I was really grateful. I just, each time something like that happened or they helped me, I said, thank you really much for helping me or stuff like that. I think I had that grateful vibe, and also that, uh, yeah, when I was leaving the class, not every time, but I said bye to the teacher, not every time, but it's just to say I was slow at packing and unpacking my stuff. So even though I didn't want necessarily to say it, I just wanted to leave class. I just was always late, the last one to leave because yeah, I'm slow to packed and unpacked. And also, I was always sitting on the front row. So, because of that, of course, the people in the last row are gonna leave early. They're gonna leave before me. But yeah, because of those reasons, I think I always, in one way or another, um, I had an eye contact with the teacher, or maybe I was close to them in physical distance. So I said bye. So maybe I waved, or maybe I just said bye with my voice. So yeah, I think because of that, I was the teacher's a pet. No, I wasn't the teacher's pet. No, 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 no. But I was a favorite. I was a favorite. But yes, to come back about the positive of university there in Montreal, yeah, I can see the teachers and maybe do the little wave thing, and on online you can't really do that wave thing, and I think that it's fun to have. Sorry, this is my cat. He just did a little yawn. He did the little yawn. But yeah, because of those reasons, not because of those reasons, but I missed that little, seeing the teacher in front of me and being grateful in front of them. I don't know. I think it's something more human. I think, in a way, I didn't want it to be seen, but in another way, I like to, have some kind of conversation with the teacher when he was teaching. I think I'm not always doing it, but when a teacher is looking at everyone, of course, he's gonna look at some people or some other people, but when they look directly at me, I try to nod or something just to prove that I either was listening or that I approve. I don't know. I just say I don't know. I try to encourage them. I'm just like, yeah, you're doing a good job. I don't know. I just think it gives back to the vibe of I'm interested in what you're saying and I'm listening. I don't know. I just think that it's better for me. It keeps me up to listen to say, okay, maybe he's gonna look at me and I want to, prove that I listen and stuff like that. But yeah, I just think it gives a good vibe. But now, let's go to the cons of in school in Montreal classes. And the cons. Let's start with the obvious one. I maybe I was dumb. Maybe I think that when we will go back, it will feel more, rewarding, more like we're going back and COVID is going better. And in a way, it's going better. We get vaccinated, stuff like that. Of course, it's going better, but we are wearing masks. So even though I think I would have worn a mask, even though if it wasn't allowed, I would have still worn one. But just the vibe of everyone has to wear a mask inside and stuff like that. I think it gives some, stress a bit to say, okay, we are back, but it's more than just different. It's a lot, and I know I worn my mask for work, but I think this one is different because you know, those are confined spaces, and yeah, it doesn't feel great. But again, I'm saying all of that, but I don't have a physical job that you have to keep your mask for like hours and hours. And to those people, I say, first of all, how can you do it? And second of all, dang, you're queen, king, person of royalty. Yes. But yeah, the mask is quite something. Second of all, I think is um, because even though masks are quite something, there's a reason why there's masks inside. It's because it's not over. But then you go outside and people don't respect it. They don't respect it. They don't. And I don't mean like one person talks to another without the physical distance. I don't mean that. That I know it's not the good thing to do, but I wouldn't say that for two people. I would just live my life and not worry about it. But last uh, last Wednesday, for example, I saw a group of 12 people all sitting so close to each other that basically that was a fucking orgy. Okay, it wasn't an orgy, but I was angry, so I was just like, are they doing a fucking orgy in the front yard? Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, when you see that, you're just like, wow, they're doing all those measures for that we all wear masks inside. But truthfully, it will still get around. The virus will still jump from one to the other because some bitch ass people just go outside and go in group of 12s and basically kiss each others and do fucking orgies of fucking talking. I'm sorry, I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm just more than angry. I'm angry and disappointed, and that's not a good mix. But I have to remind myself that this is not everybody. That is 12 people out of thousands and thousands of students. But still, I've seen more than once groups of 12 or more people all sitting together and doing stupid shit like that. So, because of that, yeah. And I had a text that there was apparently a party for my program, like people could go to that party, and is it really good time to go to parties? I don't know. But those are my opinions. um I have to add though that even though we we have opinions about COVID and we all want the best, um I think we have to be careful with our opinions because I've seen more than once in the news that someone got punched, like in the metro, because they said to another person to wear their mask and stuff like that. Um, it's good to tell other people to be careful, but don't do it at the risk of your own health. Don't do it. Live your life. Wear your mask. But if you see that people are not wearing their mask, you're not their mom, you're not their dad. I know it's scary and you just want to say them to wear it so that this person wouldn't, do harm, give the virus to other people and stuff like that. And because of that only action, then everyone will be saved. But it's not like that. It's not. So don't get in dangers for those things. Okay. So yeah, it's because of that and that, and also I'm someone who has to do a lot of road to go to school. I said earlier that I was close to Montreal, but that doesn't mean that when I go in the traffic, it's bad traffic. It's really bad traffic. So, because of that, it's a bit complicated, but basically, it takes me a lot of time to go to school, and um, it's demoralizing. It's not all this time that I'm losing for to go to school. It takes a bit of me. So, yes, because of that, I would rather, be online. But that's where I want to go though. I don't want that we go back online. I don't want that. I just want, if possible, for some programs to be to have the choice to be online or not online. But I think we're not at that point yet. I think we are still in that confused state that we want to go back to normal, but maybe normal is lost forever. And I think we have to grieve it a bit and realize that even though normal is gone, it doesn't mean that it should go to sadness and a new, normal is gonna be reborn. It's not gonna be lost, it's gonna get reborn into something else. So I think that we should embrace this type of change, this type of to say that school is great to go, there. It's great to get your coffee and go in school and feel empowered. But maybe, just maybe, it will be also a good thing to do it online. And I think it will be a good choice for the people to have. It will be a good choice, and it would not only it will be less stressful, less stressful for the people right now, but in the future, I think it will allow a lot more people to go to university, because university, I know that there's some I don't know how to say it in English, but basically there's the university in the main city, but there's also some places that give some courses or complete programs that are located further in the province, further in Quebec. So yes, this gives a good option, but if you look at those programs or courses that they give in other regions, you will see that it's really popular programs. Like, I don't know, business. It's popular. It's popular. So this is the first thing. Only the popular programs, but we are not going to all the popular programs. And second thing is that it's rare that it's not. It's it's rare that it's a bachelor. I don't like this name, but an undergraduate degree. But I prefer to say bachelor, even though you reminded of the show The Bachelor. But it's still this. It's a bachelor's degree. It's rare. It's really rare that you will see a bachelor's degree that can be done in those region places. Really rare. You will see certificates, And with certificates, what is good about that? By the way, I'm speaking about the French Canadian education system, so maybe a difference for where you are, but I just want to say for this specifically, you can have a bachelor with like 3 certificates, or a major and a minor. You can have you can have something with that. You can have a bachelor with all those combined, but still, I think a lot of people are searching for a bachelor in one degree, one thing. Actually, in Quebec, I'm saying, we search maybe more for that than a combination. So, because of that, the region thing, it works, but not enough. What we want is maybe the ability to say, I am someone who's living far, really far. Maybe I don't want to leave my family when I'm 18, 19, 20 and go in the city and have this kind of change. I want more control, because that's the thing in psychology. We all need control, a bit of control in our life. And I think that the fact that, sorry, I think there's a plane passing by. It's quite loud. I'm sorry. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that we all need some control in our life. And the fact that we are saying to those still teenager in a way, when you're 19, there's the teenager, just to say, we tell those people, okay, leave everything behind and go to school. Yes, for some people it's refreshing. Yes, it's the thing they need. But for some other people, it's such a lack of control that they lose themselves and maybe they quit. But we could escape all of that with the ability to say online or not online. And I think it's important, really important. And you know, while I'm giving that speech, I think I'm more and more uh, convinced that maybe it would be a right thing to do a master in education. I don't want to say too much about my education, because I don't want to be too public about it. But at the same time, I want to talk about it. So I will say that it's a master in education that I'm looking for, that gives some credits in online education, that speaks about online education. And that's what I want to learn actually. I want to learn more about online education and how we can make it hybrid, of course, that we can have online and not online. We can have both, but how online can provide other things like this control for some people, but also how we can so easily, just when everyone is in front of a computer. Yes, of course, people are in front of I'm sorry, if they're in front of a computer to take notes, this is now more popular than ever. But still, the fact that it's sure that we are all in front of a computer, that we can share videos, that you know, I never had so much. I had quite quality videos that were shown that way, via Zoom. Um, Maybe not in the beginning, but afterward, I think I got some example videos in way better quality than that projector we have in class. That old projector, that maybe the sound doesn't work and stuff that doesn't work. Why? Because there was a teacher before that class that did that type of class and muted the speaker. It's more complicated that way. I feel like if we knew more about how to use Zoom or the digital video conference thing, I think we could have a more fluid, a more interesting education. We could have better examples, better video content. We could maybe do video games, video games to learn, some quizzes, stuff like that. I think it would be easier online that way. So it's just to say that I think both have some great alternatives, great stuff. I want to say though that for some people, going back to school really helped. I want to say that some people are not allowed to go back to school in other countries and stuff like that, and they got really sad, and this is destroying their studies, and I'm really compassionate about that. I just want to say my own view about it, but this is not the full view. Some people have to go to school, go into school to have a better learning, and that can be because of their own personal choices, the way they learn, but also maybe their programs, because of course I'm in a program, I'm in communication. Communication is great. I love my program, I love my classes, but it will not give me a diploma that is more as concrete as maybe a lawyer and stuff like that. And of course, for maybe those diplomas, it's better to understand in person, and they have more, more pressure about how this diploma, of course, will lead to bigger things, but they have to learn more and stuff like that. I don't want to say though in the same way that my program is all easy peasy. For me, I think everything can be hard for depending on the view, but I am aware that my program is probably more easy peasy because of the nature of my program that gives maybe a bit less than other programs. And I used to compare it a lot to say this one is better than mine or stuff like that, but sometimes you just have to do it and be at peace with it. And yes, wonder about the future. Yeah, I talked to you about my master and indication I would like to do, but still live in that moment and not worry too much. And it's hard to do that. You will still worry, but still, just to say to yourself, don't worry that much. It will maybe help you a little bit. Maybe it will make you a tiny bit less worried. Even for a tiny bit, I can take a tiny bit, and that's another thing. We can always take a tiny bit of better of better stuff, better things, better health. We can always take a little. We are not greedy. Yes, we are greedy, but just to say, we can take a little. I want to go to McDonald's. I want to go to McDonald's really bad. Oh, I recorded for 42 minutes. Jesus. Wow. I already recorded for quite a bit. Quite a bit of recording right now. I also want to say that I'm aware that most of my podcast episodes I talk about education, but I think it's something that is on my mind, so I wanted to talk about it. And now I'm gonna burp. I am sorry. I am very impolite. And I should be held in shame. You know what? I think what we should do is I'm gonna close the camera and not the camera, the speaker, whatever, the microphone, and I'm gonna put it back on in my car, and we will go to McDonald's together, because whatever our diet, whatever if I'm a fat bitch, we deserve a little McDonald's right now for all of this all this podcast deserve a McDonald's. Anyway, I will see you in a little bit. If the quality of this audio recording is going more low drastically, well, I am sorry. This is my car, I can be less careful with the audio right now since I have less control. So what I would say is you can leave you can leave the podcast now if the audio is something that you want from a podcast, which is normal. You want to have good audio with a podcast. But if you're curious, if you just want to stay around and go with me in McDonald's, well, I would be happy to have you with me. But I think I already know that the quality is going to be bad. The quality of the audio is going to be bad. I see my microphone close to my window and close to, I wanted to have a good setup, but I didn't want to do anything illegal. My first idea was to put it right in front of my face. But of course I can't do that because, that will block my view and that would be illegal. But I did my best. I put it on the side, we can say. So, yes, I am recording right now in the most improper way. And I can see that it's really shaky. It's even more shaky now. Okay. So yeah, if the quality is bad, I am sorry. But going to McDonald's. McDonald's is bad for me. It's bad for everyone. If it's good for one person in the health department that they have to eat McDo to be healthy, I would like to meet them and probably steal their secret. And I feel it will be a dark, twisted secret to how they can eat McDonald's and it be healthy for them. I feel like this is a fairy tale, more fairy-like than a Disney movie. But yeah, now I can see it's 9:36 right now p.m. So I can see a bit around in my city. I can see the darkness of the night, but still, not dark. It's still not 10 p.m. But yeah, I can see the action. I can see that they are doing renovations on the road. They put a bunch of cones, and I will have to go through those cones. I will have to eat those corns. Those corn. Imagine if they put giant corns instead of cones. This is the dumbest idea I had all week, and I have a lot of dumb ideas. But yeah, they put a bunch of cones, and I have a Toyota Corolla, so it's tight for me. So I can't imagine if I had a Jeep or something like that, more big. But yes, it's a good fit. It fitted. Now I'm not in the cone zone anymore. I feel like I'm in my driving test. I felt, I talked about my second one that I passed, flashed right to the I had the passing note. But I didn't talk about my first one. Or maybe I did in a previous podcast. But basically, I just explained everything I was doing while I was driving. And because of that reason, I failed my test. I failed. The dude that was my not my teacher, but the one who was grading me while I was doing my driving test. Well, he said that he could have made a book out of all the things I said during the ride, and it was a half an hour drive, so it wasn't a lot. But yes. But to go back to driving. Now I'm driving in my city. I'm not driving in the highway, so of course I'm gonna feel better. I know those roads. I've known them for such a long time, so of course I'm feeling good at them, even though there's someone behind me really pushing my bumper to bumper. But I don't care. Anyway, it's just to say that I know this road, so I'm not feeling stress in it. I'm feeling quite good. But in the highway, it's, yeah, I know my highways that are close to my house, but I don't know the other highways, so this is the dangerous part. So yeah, but I will get through it. It's sure. I will find a way. I will find a way. Okay, I'm close to McDonald's, so you will hear my French voice, okay? If you know, I don't show it often. I'm not on Twitter. I always speak in English. I always tweet in English, but I don't do much French, so you will notice my Frenchness. I hope you have a good time listening to my Frenchness. Anyway, let's go.
Bonsoir, qu'est-ce que je peux vous servir?
Bonjour, je vais prendre 2 trios Big Mac.
Les breuvages?
Les breuvages, ça va être 2 fruitopia.
2 Fritopia?
Ouais, 2 fruitopia.
Parfait.
Et j'ai un coupon de la malle pour...
Ok, parfait. Vous allez pouvoir le présenter à la première fenêtre et on ajustera le prix.
Ok, parfait. Merci.
Vous allez pouvoir avancer.
Merci. I just spoke French. I just spoke French. And now I will put my mask on to pay, you know, doing that pay stuff. I'm sorry if I'm not talking. I'm trying to get my coupon and my wallet, and everything is going fast because there's not a lot of people right now. Not a lot of people, which is a good thing in McDonald's. You can have a lot of people really fast. But now there's 2 cars in front of me. Bonjour.
Big Mac?
Oui.
Parfait, ça le breuvage?
Merci. Bonjour.
Et voilà.
Est-ce que je peux avoir 3 sauces barbecue?
Pardon?
Est-ce que je peux avoir 3 sauces barbecue?
Excuse-moi, je t'entends pas
C'est
bien.
correct. Est-ce que je peux avoir 3 sauces barbecue?
Barbecue, ouais. Et voilà.
Merci.
Merci, bonne soirée.
Bonne soirée. Not only did you hear me speak French, you heard me speak French not loud enough. But I can understand it's a lot of noises in McDonald's. Actually, I don't know how people can work in McDonald's. I couldn't do it. I had some jobs in my life. I had some jobs that were considered, harder than some others. But I think McDonald's, even though it's such a popular job, I don't think I could do it. It's too much at the same time. It's too much noises. It's too much. I think I would have gotten fired from McDonald's. I think I am someone that takes my job seriously and stuff like that. But McDonald's or Starbucks, Starbucks is worst. Oh, maybe it's not worst. I mean, there's a lot of action in a Starbucks, but at the same time, it looks so fun to make those drinks. But the people there, the people there. I mean, when I see on Twitter people working at Starbucks that they have a client and they just scream at them because they don't have their goat milk and their latte instead of their... When I hear those stories, I'm just like, this is not a story, this is an horror story. And yes, I have to deal with some unpredictable people and people that will scream at me. Yes, I got screamed on, but a lot of people got screamed at actually in customer service. But just to say that there's something about McDonald's that I think will stress me more. I think it's, I don't know, there's something. The doing that while making food, while responding to customers, well, everything. And same thing for Starbucks, but more about the people wanted their certain things, really specific things in their drinks. Those McDonald's and Starbucks and all coffee places and all everything that goes in between, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could. I don't know. I don't think I could. For a long time, when I was 16, I wanted to work at a place called Dickens. Dickens is basically they sell burgers and stuff like that, but oh my god, they are so good. Those burgers are, I cannot express how good they are. Wow. It's their sauce, I think. They have some kind of spicy sauce, but it's not too spicy. But it's just spicy enough that you feel every kind of right flavor in the spices. I don't know how to say it other than that. But I think that's a good description, actually. It's wow. So I wanted to work there. But yeah, it was a bit like McDonald's with the public and stuff like that. But I don't feel it was a little less worse. It was worse, but a little less worse. I don't know how to describe things. But yes, I really wanted to work there. But I didn't. I didn't got chosen. I wasn't the chosen one for the cans. I never applied to McDo. I never applied to Starbucks. I was too scared. Those 2 days I was too scared. But yes, I applied some places, and now I'm a receptionist and I'm liking it. I think I can talk. This is a good first step. I can talk. But yeah, other than that, I think I have the approach of being a receptionist. I got used to it, and I think yeah, I like my job. I have a great schedule and stuff like that, so I'm really lucky right now. I'm in a good spot. But yeah, jobs are different. I'm speaking about jobs you have while you're studying, or your first job. It's quite a process. It's quite a different way to different things to handle. And all the jobs have their things that are harder and stuff that you have to really know, even though you were not trained necessarily to do that. It just had to came from you to learn. But yeah, I think every job has those sort of things. And yeah, but we are working. We're making that money. That money will go to conference and every convention, because I'm fully treasure. I'm fully treasure. But yeah, what a great night. I'm almost back home, so I think I will end this podcast right there. I will see you on the next podcast. That will hopefully be maybe a bit more consistent than a podcast every 2 months, but one step at a time. But I'm glad that you tuned in to episode 4 of Going Places with Shaggy, and this time we actually went to a place. We went to a place. Oh my god, there's a cat on the road. I'm gonna slow down. Oh my god, there's a cat on the road. Oh my god, I think it's a kitten. Oh my god, I'm destroyed. There's a kitten on the road. Oh my god, it's a black kitten. It's so cute, but I can't adopt it. Oh my god, it's looking at me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I had to leave. But oh my god, if I didn't slow down, I would have hit this kitten. Oh my god. Okay, there's one thing though. If there was a car behind me, I'm sorry, I would have hit this kitten. because I don't want to make a car accident. I'm talking if the car was, right behind me, but still, don't make an accident for an animal. But still, there was no one behind me. I checked. Wow. All my cats are from outside, by the way. I never really. It's a long story, but yes, my beautiful cat, is from outside. He was abandoned. So each time I see an abandoned cat, yes, I have the little emotion. Well, not emotion. I'm not emotional, but just to say that, of course, I wouldn't. I would want. I want to adopt this kitten. Jesus. But yes. Oh my god, it was supposed to be the end of the podcast. What am I doing? I wasn't planning for a random cat to appear. Okay? I don't control cats. But yeah, thank you for tuning in and have a great one, okay? Bye.